Coach, if I understood you after the game, you made the decision on quarterback late in the week, whether that's Thursday or Friday, I don't know. What did you not see from AR or what told you that he wasn't quite ready yet?
Want to make sure he's 100%. That's really what went into the decision. He's really close. He's really close. That's why we had him as our third, emergency quarterback. But he should be, looking really good this week.
Quick follow-up. The fact that you've got Flacco, who's seen everything and done everything, does that give you the luxury of not pushing AR back, or would you not do that anyway?
Yeah, again, with obviously Flacco's a really good player, been playing good ball for us. But when Anthony's healthy, he's our quarterback.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
James?
Shane, just a quick follow-up on AR. Do you expect him to play this upcoming week, or you got to feel it out?
Yeah, unless there's a setback. Yeah, I think he'll be ready to go.
Okay, thank you. And then also with Jalen Jones, you've been on defensive side early in your career, offensive side now, but how have you seen him just grow throughout this season into a guy who a lot of the guys in the locker room are saying, hey, we expect this from him now?
Yeah, he's got a great mentality, is really what it comes down to. He's aggressive. He's growing, obviously, in coverage, the tight man coverage, stepping up to the challenge every week. It's been great. And obviously in the system now for 2 years and understanding what we're trying to get done on every play. Man, he's been a pleasure to be around for sure.
Nate?
Shane, I know you mentioned that with Anthony, you wanted to get to 100%. Obviously, yesterday we saw everything Michael Pittman did kind of limited by a back. So just wondered if you could kind of just lay out for people kind of why those two situations are different just between their positions or what they're dealing with.
Yeah, it's case by case. And obviously, Anthony will touch the ball in every single play. And it's a long season, and we're 6 games into this thing, and we want to have him for the long haul. So that's kind of what went into the decision.
Joel?
Shane, you had a chance to see the tape now. What did you see from Dalton Tucker and Tanner Border? I mean, Tanner's been playing for a while, but what did you see from those two guys?
Yeah, you know what? They stepped up and played good ball. We didn't give up any sacks in the game, which was impressive. I thought those guys did a hell of a job in protection. They played good. They played physical. They played hard. Credit to those guys, getting prepared every week. And then Dalton getting his, first real opportunity to go out there and do what he did. Was impressive to see. So obviously looking forward to him going forward.
What does it say about Tony that he's been able to get rookies ready to go so quickly in there?
Well, I think with him, he coaches everyone the same. It don't matter where you are on the depth chart, who you are. Like, he's going to coach you like you're the starter, and that's what he does with all those guys. He gets them ready to go with the walkthrough reps. Obviously, the practice reps throughout the week. His meetings are very detailed and make sure everyone knows what to do and how to do it. So it's a credit to him getting those guys ready.
Steven?
Hey, Shane. When it comes to Latu, I think it's easy to look at the numbers and say he's got 1 sack and question whether there's been impact. It's much more than that, obviously. What have you seen from him? And number one, and number two, can you address just kind of like the high standard that he holds himself to? Because I know like he's not satisfied like at all.
Yeah, I think it comes back like when we drafted him and just the way he works, like he's relentless going after it. You know what I mean? And maybe the sack numbers aren't there yet, but those are going to come because of the way, he goes after it every single day, the way he prepares. And then you can just see the high motor, the relentless motor that he plays with on game day, the second efforts that he gives. And those will come, and obviously he holds himself to a high standard. And I think that's critical in this league for all players to hold themselves to a high standard. So they could be great players when it's all said and done.
Do players tend, or do a lot of players, particularly guys who are drafted high, is there a certain quality that they have to kind of deal with the adjustment, right? I mean, it's not going to click right away. Not everything's going to happen for you right away. I mean, what kind of quality does it take to kind of deal with that and that reality?
Yeah, I think a lot of this time, whether you're drafted high or low, I think a lot of this league is a lot of mental toughness. You got to be physically tough, but there's a lot of mental toughness that goes into this thing. In a long season, a 17-game season, college guys are, playing whatever it is, 11 games, 12 games. And then, you got 17 plus with playoffs, in this thing sometimes. So I think it's going through the grind of the week, every single week, getting your mind and your body prepared to go out and perform at a high level.
Yeah, thanks.
Kevin,
Shane, obviously Josh plays a big role for you on offense, but you still put him back there, and he was really important for you yesterday as a punt returner. Why? Why do you decide to do that?
Well, I think he gives us some explosiveness back there. I mean, we saw it yesterday, just his vision when he does catch those. Did some really good things offensively for us. He did some really good things like we're talking about right now, punt returns. He just got a natural feel back there, and he's playing good ball for us back there.
JJ,
Shane, kind of following up on Josh, a number of his receptions on third down this year have come in like 3rd and long, like 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Just how does his feel and his ability to kind of operate in space help you guys move the chains in those situations?
Yeah, it definitely helps. Especially in zone coverage type situations. Obviously, man to man, you got to win your one-on-ones. But he's got a great feel. We've talked about it, a lot. But just the throttle in those zones, even when there are certain routes where he's breaking away and running with speed, he's got that natural feel to settle in those holes. And as long as the quarterback and him are on the same page to make those things work, which they've been doing, it's been really impressive to see.
Chap,
Shane, on Flacco, has there been anything he's done that surprised you, or is this just sort of what you expected all along?
Kind of what we expected. I mean, he's been doing it at a high level for a long time. He played really good ball last year in Cleveland, and obviously he stepped up for us and played good ball when he's had to play.
The fact that he's been a starter, he's been a backup, does that allow him to maybe handle a week like last week where maybe he doesn't know until whenever you told him and it's limited or it's full?
Yeah, I think that veteran presence, just going through that operation week in and week out, obviously there's some unknown last week and, he attacked it like, he was going to start just like, all these guys want to do every year, if you're the backup, you got to prepare like you're the starter. So if your number gets called, you got to be ready to go. And that's what he's been doing.
Would you care to share when you told him he was going to start?
Late in the week, late.
Saturday. Okay.
and then we'll do our last 2 here from Jake and then James.
Hey, Shane. So Mo Alley-Cox has been here a long time. He's seen a lot of quarterbacks, but it seems like every time a new guy steps in, he quickly finds Mo. I mean, half of his catches with Joe so far have been chunk plays or, a touchdown. What is it about him that, endears him to veteran quarterbacks so quickly?
I think it's his big body and his presence out there. He's a big target to get the ball to, and some of these targets that he's getting to, sometimes the coverage has dictated that he's getting those targets, whether he's the first read or the second read, the touchdown he had, a week ago, it was man to man and he was the first read on that, went up and got it. But he's been making plays for us, man. He's done a hell of a job in his career and he's doing it again this year.
Then last question, James.
Shane, DeForest Buckner could come back this week technically. Do you all anticipate opening that 21-day practice window, or how do you view it?
Yes, we're having those conversations right now. So we'll make that decision here shortly.
Thank you, sir.